Johnny Rules 27 here from Damage Inc. from Team A for Division 10. Coming at you with a video summary of basically the team that I played, as you can see above, at my Montreal MidSeason Showdown. We're a small MidSeason Showdown, about 16 players, but a lot of great quality, to be honest with you. Probably like one of the top 50 players in North America was there. He's actually the best player in Canada. I ended up facing him round 4, surprisingly. I had no idea he was ranked really well. But this was the Oricorio-Volcarona team that Amir Alexander and Helios Velite helped me out. Grazie tanto per tutti. It was a really great team. I had a lot of fun with it. Not as like the best competitive team out there. Definitely a lot of better options, but it can catch a lot of people by surprise. And I find if you're a really good player, you can make this team work. So I'm just going to basically go through some replays. Basically, I don't have much. I have a lot of footage that I can show you guys, which will take up a lot of time. So I'm not going to show you every game. I'm basically going to show you the last game of each series. I won round 1, basically. This is game 2. I won a 2-0 series. 1 second. So decided to lead with a Fini Persian. I led with Oricorio-Volcarona. Basically, I knew his team. It was. I don't know how to describe it, actually. Let me find my notes for you. Basically, the reason why I led with Lando is because I'm pretty sure he would have caught on to the way I kind of just was going to use Oricorio-Volcarona, because that's how I won game 2. So game 3, I started off with Volca Lando with Kangaskhan Oricorio on the back. Basically, my strategy is to U-turn into the Rio, so like that I can then Quiver Dance and get a free boost, and then hopefully get a free attack in. The burn really hurt, but because it's a flying type, so the Misty Terrain doesn't really affect it. Basically, he let out with Persian and Fini. Hopefully try to disrupt me and try to cycle out parting shots, because he wanted to basically soften my attacks as much as possible. But as you can see, I just get my engine going. Turn 2, I have my Quiver Dance going. The reason why I say go for a double quiver, I'm just like, might as well get full output of Oricorio right now. That Scald scared the hell out of me. Thankfully, the +1 special defense wasn't enough to kill me. I realized it was Choice Specs Fini. He won game 1 basically because he was running a Trick Room set. His team was actually, I have the team right here, sorry. I apologize, first time I'm doing this. He had a Gothitelle, Fini, his Mega was a Mana Trick, he had a Snorlax, Celesteela Persian. So, it was a very Trick Room based team, but he didn't go with Trick Room game 2. I was surprised. I was expecting that because that's how he won game 1. Game 2, I just basically went Volcarona, Oricorio, and then just built up and went from there. Basically, as you can tell, that Landorus is putting in work here. Volcarona was my key win con against the Celesteela, but it didn't go as much as I expected, because you'll see exactly what's going to happen. So I was expecting a fake out here, which obviously happened. So I was like, okay, cool, not a problem. I can handle that. I'm going to switch out my Lando, go into a Rio, and threaten the Celesteela with a Revelation Dance. If it was still alive, almost. Yeah, so there we go. I'm looking at my replay as I'm doing this. And I was like, okay, cool, substitute, not a problem. I realized that my Volca is faster than the Rio, so I had to do Fiery Dance here, so that it would go first, break the substitute, then Rio was going to trigger Dancer, do a Fiery Dance on the same spot, hopefully do enough damage to kill it, and then I was going to do an attack on the actual Persian. I wasn't sure if it outsped it or not. We're going to find out right now, actually. So obviously it was enough. I think I get a special attack boost here. Yes, I do. Yeah, I didn't get I went second. So it didn't really matter. At least I got some utility out of the Rio. I got an attack in, help lower that damage. But this is what surprised me right here. That caught me off guard. I had no idea that Celestia was running acrobatics, and I was like, oh god, this is how I lose. I just lost 2 Pokemon in 1 turn. So from here, I'm just there like, how do I turn this around and actually win? Because now I'm just locked in. And if he was a good, if he was a decent player, but I was expecting him to basically parting shot me continuously to weaken my Landorus. So because he was gonna parting shot, switch out, lower my attack, or even also on my Kang, lower its attack, then cycle in the other Pokemon, fake out, parting shot. Yeah, because especially, see, this is why he ran a Manectric, and it was a full switch Manectric with, obviously it's when a Vega evolves, it has Intimidate. So this is where I'm like, this is my nightmare type of thing. I'm faced against the Celesteela. I'm a fully healed Manectric, and all I have is my Lando, my Kang. So the reason why I picked up the Celesteela is because I knew that the Manectric was gonna Volt Switch, and I didn't want the Celesteela to have enough life for a substitute. I don't think it had, but still, I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel safe with it. I figured maybe this Manectric was just a bluff. He was probably going to switch out. But, I don't know, like, why did I U-turn there before? There was a reason why. Can't seem to remember it. But basically, I expected the burn to do its work, which obviously was irrelevant because Rock Slide just picks up the clean kill. And then I'm just faced with a Manectric, Manectric and Persian, which I know that the Manetric's gonna go first. My Lando's gonna go second. It's Assault Vested. It's not Choice Scarf. So I was playing this entire time like as if it was Choice Scarf. So because he didn't catch on by game 3, and so here I was thinking he went for Darkinium Z, like Dark Pulse or something. But ended up being that he went for the Z parting shot. He thought like maybe he was going to heal its Persian and lower my attack and defense. Fortunately, it wasn't the case. And this was actually a blessing in disguise here with a double attack drop. My Earthquake does still times 2 damage on his Manectric. Picks up the kill off the Persian, but just in case, will not kill my Kangaskhan. Which, as you can see, it doesn't kill it. The Manectric still lives, but my Kang is going to go now and it's going to pick up the kill. And that's how I won game 2. I won 2-0 series on the game round 1. So, feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty confident in myself. Now we're moving on as we see to, this is game 2 of round 2. I won the set 2-0 as well. So I was on a high basically because it's a 4 round, 16 players, top 4 only make it. So I'm like, well, if I start off 2-0, I just need to win 1 more no matter what. I might win, I'm great. Doesn't matter if I win it round 3 or win it round 4, I just need to win 1 more. And I guarantee myself top 4. He was playing an own tempo team. Basically, it was a Trick Room set, but he would swagger his Pokemon that had own tempo, so it would not get confused with Swagger and get a double attack boost, and because they're both really slow, it would get the secondary attack. So I decided to fake out the Smeargle, because I was obviously expecting a either a follow me or a fake out from itself. Fortunately, I made a misplay here. I shouldn't have went for this. I thought the Superpower was going to pick up. This is game 2, by the way, so I figured maybe the Superpower might pick up the KO. It didn't. I should have actually just U-turned out of there and probably switched into, let's see, at Kang, Lando, Aegislash, and Celesteela. Sorry, Lele. I should have probably switched into the AG as you saw there. Because if you would have went Trick Room, at least I would have had one of my main Trick Room attacker in there. So the Mudsdale scared me because I'm like, fuck, if it might be defense Mudsdale. It might be stamina Mudsdale. So the Ice Punch might, sorry, my arm kind of hurt there when I was recording. The Ice Punch is probably going to boost his defense, which I didn't want. So I was like, okay, Aegislash is going to have to focus on it, hopefully with his Flash Cannon. And then I realized, well, if it's an own tempo, like I don't remember that Mudsdale got own tempo because the most common set is stamina, right? So why would it have own tempo? But anyways, then I just remembered obviously that's his Pokemon. So I went into King Shield here because that's basically just Aegislash things, attack, protect, and he tries to stall me out for a bit. Sorry, I don't know why my recording's slowing down. Basically, probably my phone messed up. Yeah, my recording's been spinning terribly right now. There we go. So he switches to a Slowking, which is his main Trick Room Pokemon. So now I know I'm in a spot where he's gonna have to go for a Trick Room play. If he doesn't, I still have all the momentum and I win. The only way that he can get momentum back is to go into his Trick Room play. I kind of didn't realize, like I didn't predict the switch, so that's why I didn't Shadow Ball that slot. I think no, okay, so I had one Intimidate on that Mudsdale, so that's why it lived. Now I know like I had to get one last chance out of my Aegis last year before his Slowking uses Trick Room, so I went for the Ghostinium Z here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I did, because I'm already at low health. I know his Slowking can go for Trick Room, so it has -6 priority. Probably that. And I'm like, might as well just get my Ghost DMZ on that slot and just try to one-shot it, hopefully. Because I'm like, if it's going to die anyways, it's going to die. I'm only at like a small sliver of health. So there's really no point in continuing play there. Anywho, as you can see, the Ghost DMZ actually picked up the one-shot kill. The Oko. And then he switches to his Mudsdale, and it's basically a 3v2 at this point with a very weak Aegis Slash. So I went for a King Shield here, hoping for maybe he's going to probably attack into it, try to pick up the KO. Hopefully I can get attack reduction. My Kangaskhan went for the Ice Punch. It's enough to pick up the kill. Sorry, my recording's freezing. I don't know why. I don't know. Probably something messed up with my phone while I was recording. I didn't have it. By the way, I don't have a setup. I apologize for my setup. I basically went and closed off all the lights in my room and I recorded my screen, so that people can actually see it. Anywho, so the low kick picked up the kill, the Ice Punch picked up the kill, and that's how I won round 2. Now round 3, I played against this player from New York State. He traveled up all the way for our mid-season showdown of 16 players. Anyways, he was undefeated so far as well as I am. We're both 2-0, and this was game 3. I lost this set. I basically lost 1-2, so I'm like, not bad. At least I picked up one win. I believe he just beat me clean. Or was it game? So I won game 1 fairly well. Then game 2, he just basically went full aggressive and baited me into making mistakes, and that's how he won. And then game 3, oh yes, I remember what happened in game 3. You'll see what's gonna happen. It's a massive piss off. It really made me rage inside, because it's RNG, but whatever, it happens. That's the game we play. If you play an electronic game, there's obviously a luck factor to it. So I'm like, okay, so I won't be able to survive a Rock Slide from Landorus, because his was Choice Scarf. I knew that was going to come. I don't want to take a ×4 damage. Is it ×4? Yeah, it's ×4. I'm like, I don't feel like getting one-shotted. And I know that, I know if I could cycle one more Intimidate, I'll be fine. But the thing is, he protected well. I was expecting him to, I should have actually U-turned into the Landorus slot, knowing that it was a Choice Scarf Landorus. So this Rock Slide, I think, picks up a double flinch. And this is what pisses me off, because I was actually going to go for a Quiver Dance here. Yeah, this is, and then I was going to go, yeah, see? It picked up a double flinch, and that's where I lost the game from that moment on. Because I was planning on doing a U-turn into a Oricorio, Quiver Dance. So I was going to U-turn into a Oricorio, right? And then Quiver Dance. And then Oricorio was going to get its boost. And then just protect and figure out a way, but unfortunately, life doesn't like that. Life doesn't. Whatever, it's the game. That was a pretty durable one. From here, it was a grind fest. It was really hard to get the win. I had to try to pick up the KOs, but I had to force out my Volcarona because I couldn't let it stay, or else I was just going to get killed by Landorus. and I knew that that's not what I want. I wanted to actually keep it in there because it's an answer to Venusaur, and if once I get rid of the Charizard, Volcarona could just easily kill the Venusaur. Landorus was my main problem, and I really needed to get rid of that. So I know it's Scarfs, that's why I faked out the Landorus. At least I can get some priority over his Pokemon, but his Venusaur with the Sleep Powder was just way too good. He correctly predicted what to put to sleep and locked me out from playing the game, essentially. So I'm like, I'm like, I really wanted to keep my guys in there because I really wanted to fight through the sleep count, but his sleep powders, I don't know why. When I try to use sleep powder, it misses, but his were spot on, so props to him. I was just realizing this entire game has been an uphill battle, and that if I were to win this game, he's going to have to make a mistake, but he was a really good player. There was no way he was making a mistake. So basically, I'm sorry I blanked out. Basically, I'm like, the numbers are on his side, things are going his way, he's a great player, he's creating his own luck type of thing. I'm not going to do much here. I managed to get rid of his Venusaur, which was his main attacker, and a very problematic Pokemon for me. This Tailwind was pretty crucial because it gave him the speed advantage. You'll see what I mean in a second because I managed to almost muscle my way back. So his Charizard Y comes out, and I know his Charizard Y is very frail. And now I know also that there's no way he's going to be able to one-shot any of my Pokemon. I'm going to lose my Landorus this turn. I'm like, but if I double edge into his Charizard, I can pick up the KO there as well. The Heat Wave wasn't strong enough to kill me, but at least the double, I'm like, you know what, if I'm going to take out his Mega, my Mega's going to go down with me. So now we're down to the 2v2. It's a very hyper-offensive team, and I took out two of his biggest threats, but there's still the Zapdos and the Lando to deal with. Now, the thing is, my physical attackers are gone, so Lando's Intimidate is not a problem, so I didn't care about that. But my issue was, I have a Volcarona and Oricorio, and his Landorus is Choice Scarf. So now I'm like, I'm in a spot where one Rock Slide is gonna kill my Volcarona. But thankfully it avoided the attack, and I'm like, oh sweet, if my Oricorio can actually survive this, which it does, because it's bulky enough to do so, and it has a Citrus Berry, I'm like, great. So I might actually have a chance. So if I have a Quiver Dance here, I could probably get the speed going and go. Because I'm just, so he waves, I'm like, I'm fine. He waves not going to do much versus my Rio or my Volcarona. Now I'm at +1 special attack, special defense, and speed. So here I am thinking, great. I just need to protect. Tailwind's left one more turn. If I protect here, which I do a double protect, which you'll see in the next few seconds. I do double protect, stall out the last turn of Tailwind, and I should be fine. But apparently, Choice Scarf Lando really outspeeds +1 Volcarona and Rio, and I was really disappointed by that because I thought I had the speed advantage. I didn't. That Choice Scarf was made it way too fast, and that's what costed me game 3. Well, mind you, this didn't cost me game 3. I almost fought my way back, and I figured I could probably turn all these heavy losses into a W, but unfortunately not. And after this game, basically the Rock Slide, he outspeeds my guys, gets the hits. My only hope was a miss, which obviously doesn't, because everything's been rolling his way. And boom, that's game 3, and I lose round 3. So there's only one round left. I'm on the bubble. I need to win. I ended up playing against a guy named Matthew Tid. Now I know this guy was a local Montreal player. I've seen like events that we do, like we have our own Montreal Pokemon League, like with gym leaders and stuff. So I'm like, okay, this guy's a nice guy. He's very sweet. He's a awesome guy. I had no idea he was top 50 in CP in the world right now, and I had zero idea until like recently when I checked at work when I was bored on my shift. And this is game 3. Like, we're on game 3. He won game 1 cleanly. I won game 2 with by pretty much baiting his plays. His play was basically to sky drop one of my Pokemon with his Nagadel because it was Choice Scarf, and then Cresselia Trick Room for without any disruption. So game 2 I won by fake outing the Nagadel, and then just because it's Cresselia and focusing on Cresselia. But unfortunately, he was prepared this time around. He knew that I was eventually going to go into that, and he just pretty much adapted to me, and I didn't really adapt to him to game 3. Because I adapted game 2 to his playstyle, and he's like, okay, so now game 3 he's gonna one up me and basically clean sweep me. You'll see this match. I didn't even bother like taking down many notes. You'll see he just wipes the floor with me. He does all the right switches. He does. Because game 2 I won because he switched into a it's an Aurora, as you saw here, and I won basically because I knew he was gonna go for a fake out, and then I switched into a Lele, which gave out his fake out priority, and I just pretty much low kicked it away. And like I said, he knew his plays, and about roughly a minute and a half, you'll see me just go. I think I lost 4-0 here. His switches were very key. They were very on point. It showed that this guy basically showed how much of a veteran skill presence that he has, and brought me to school. Like I said, I've only been playing, last time I played competitive was 2017 in May. I still followed all the regionals and stuff, and I still bred Pokemon, and I still played online, and I still played on my DS, but I only played in Premier Challenges, like maybe twice last year, and then this year was like, we finally got into MidSeason Showdown, so I went. But essentially, prior to that, VGC18, I was playing super casually with friends, and then I didn't play any competitive of that. I remember back in 2009 in high school, I hacked some singles Pokemon into my DS, but like, nah. Basically, he showed that he had a lot of experience, and no matter what, you'll see my play, I'll just get wiped clean. The Trick Room set was too good. I think it's my most hated team. This team was not good for Trick Room. This was the only Trick Room, well, mind you, I faced another second Trick Room team, but I was able to handle it. But I realized that Trick Room is a very, very, very popular strategy to use this time around, and we're going to have to adapt to it. So yeah, that's my whole video experience. Thank you for watching. If you watched the whole video, I realized it was very long, but yeah, that was my whole mid-season showdown report. I finished sixth, and this guy finished fifth. I would have topped if I would have won. Oh well.